So I go to Gainesville to meet with Stan Lynch, who was gracious enough to jump on Mike Rathke's song Rain Forevermore. And, when we heard the song, I always had in the back of my mind that it had this Tom Petty element to it. It just always kind of sounded like a Petty song. So I called Stan. I said, "Hey man, would you just kind of throw down on this song?" And he said, "Absolutely." So I take the tracks up to Gainesville, open them up, kind of play them down for him, and he goes, "Well, I guess we should play drums on it first, I'm like, "Yeah, great." So he starts playing, and after a couple of passes, I stop. I'm like, "God, what's that drum kit, man? The kit sounds great." And I turn around and look at it, and I go, "Oh man, where'd you get that one?" And so he tells me the story. That particular kit, Ludwig kit, was his studio drum kit that he played on all of those iconic Tom Petty records. Everything you've heard, that was that drum kit. He had quit Tom Petty. He had already gone back to Florida. And Tom called him up and said, "Look, I got one more song. Will you please play on this for me?" Sure, so I fly him out to California. This is his last session that he ever does with Tom Petty until they go to they got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Anyway, last song, done, puts the sticks down, goes back to Florida. Drum tech puts everything back in the cases, boxes everything up, and ships it back to Florida to Stan. It was sitting in a warehouse it was exactly the way it was the last day it saw light for Mary Jane.
Wow.
So Stan pulled it out about 2 weeks before I went up there for your thing.
Man.
And one reason being is because they had found an old Petty song that he had co-written with Tom, resurrected it, and redid the song, So he was kind of feeling nostalgic about the whole thing, pulled the drum kit out and set it up, and that's the kit.
Man.
It's exactly as it had left 25 years before or whatever.
That's crazy.
And that's the story of the kit. It's a great story, And he's telling me this, I'm going, "Oh my God," I'm going, "This drum kit just sounds phenomenal."
Mike Rathke's track.
And he plays it on Mike's track,
Wow.
Up to the cross, you